Hi everyone, I'm Charlotte, one of the yoga teachers here at Beacon, and I'd like to share a class for you today, which has some twists, some side openings, and a bit of a sun salutation with some variations, some warrior twos, and a few planks. So today, if any of the class feels a little bit strong for you, always feel free to come down and have a little rest, and perhaps you might choose Balasana, which is child's pose, where you have your heels and your bottom together and your forehead on the ground. That's a great resting pose, or just perhaps modify it slightly for yourself. So remembering to practice today with truth. So one of the guidelines of yoga is satya, which is about truth. So we can practice that on the mat by being truthful about where our body's at and not pushing our body into places where it shouldn't go, and that's where we can cause injury to it. So really throughout this class, listening to your own body and doing what's right for your body. So closing down the eyes and just allowing yourself to arrive and to settle. So noticing the breath coming in and out through the nose, the body rising and falling, expanding and contracting as the breath comes in and out. Good. And then placing your hand on your belly and your hand on your chest. And we're going to extend out the breath. So completely breathing out, then breathing down into your bottom hand. So breathing down into the belly. And then lift the breath all the way up to the top hand. And then pause, and then exhale. Feeling your chest softening, your rib cage is coming down, and drawing your belly button back towards your spine and completely getting rid of all the breath in your body. So nice big deep breath down into your bottom hand, feeling the space expanding and the breath travelling up the body, nice and slowly, smoothly, all the way up perhaps to the base of the neck, pausing and holding the breath there. And then slowly releasing the breath. So as you exhale, feeling the body softening, melting and relaxing. Nice and slow exhale, and at the end, drawing your belly button back towards your spine. So nice big deep breath down into your belly, filling up the body like a glass of water with breath, filling it all the way up. Pausing and then letting the exhale slowly come, feeling the release of the breath and the release from the body as you exhale. Good, and a couple more rounds of breath here. Really feeling, breathing into those space between your hands, the base chakra, taking the breath all the way up into the heart chakra, into the neck. And then feeling the heart chakra softening and the breath slowly releasing from the body. Couple more breaths here. Feeling how the breath is moving the body, how your body expands, and how your body contracts as the breath leaves the body. Good. Couple more breaths here. Really noticing the space between the breaths. So not only the breath, but the space at the top of the inhale and at the end of the exhale. Good, and then bringing your hands down and just letting your breath find its natural pattern. and thinking about what has brought you here today and what you would like your intention to be throughout your yoga practice. So perhaps that's about feeling more peaceful, perhaps that's about flexibility or strength, whatever it is, just thinking about your intention. And as we move through the class, trying to keep checking in with your intention in particular poses and see how your intention is matching to your reality. Good. So feeling gently pushing the outsides of your feet and your bottom into the ground, feeling the crown of your head lifting and your shoulder blades relaxing. And just establishing that connection with the earth and noticing how much the earth supports us. Good. And bringing your hands together at prayer at the heart. Taking your left hand out to the side and coming over into a side stretch as you exhale. Then inhale, coming through the centre, stretching your middle fingers away from each other and exhaling over to the other side for a side stretch. So just a few of these breaths. So as you're moving, you're not actually pausing there in the middle, but you are being aware that you are stretching your hands out to the side. Good. The next time you come to your left, we're just going to hold it there. So think about drawing your heart centre up, drawing your top shoulder back, and breathing into the right side of your body, opening up the right side of your body. Good. Then floating back through the centre and coming over to the right, opening up the left side of the body. Good, and then coming back over to the left, inhaling, and as you exhale, folding over your knees, so stretching out, folding over, reaching your hands out in front of you, then coming up into a side stretch on your right, coming up to the top, and exhale over your knees, stretching your hands out in front of you, and coming up to the side. Feeling like a wave. So as you exhale, your hands come down and forward, and inhale, you come up to the peak of the wave as your top arm lifts, and exhale, letting yourself sink down and coming up. Good. So feeling the wave, the water-like sensation in your body, knowing that we're made up of nearly 80% of water in our body, and can you connect with that free fluid feeling of water as your body rises and falls. Good, and then coming back up to the centre. Coming into Dandasana, so bringing both your legs out the front. Hands down on your legs, lifting your thighs up towards your hands and letting your shoulders melt down and the crown of the head drawing up. And just a few breaths here. So really noticing that your legs are engaged, so keep lifting those thighs up towards your hands. Keep drawing the crown of your head up and tuning into your breath. If you looked at your body on the side, it would be like a right angle. So those legs are straight and flexed, feet are flexed, muscles engaged, and the crown of the head keeps reaching up to the sky, shoulder blades melting down. Good. Then release and relax. Just taking your fingers behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other, lift your chin and let your head go back if that's okay. But really focusing on opening your chest and the front side of your body. Good. And then let's move in. So inhale, lifting your hands up. Exhale, folding over your legs. Inhale, hands up. Taking your hands over to the left. Elbows out to the side and your nose goes to the ground. Then inhale, bringing yourself up. Reaching up to the sky. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands up. And rolling over to your right. Side push up. Nose to the floor. Use your upper body strength to lift yourself up. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, folding over. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, fingertips pointing towards your bottom, lifting your heart center, feeling that opening. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, folding over and forward. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, rolling over to your left, nose to the floor. Inhale, bringing yourself up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming up, and exhaling over to the right, down to the earth. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, taking your hands behind you, lifting your heart center. Good, and then inhale, hands up, and exhale, a few breaths here in forward bend. So letting your elbows bend and drop down towards the side, drawing the crown of the head forward, backs of the legs into the earth, closing down the eyes, and a few breaths here. What can you surrender and soften? What can you let go of? Tuning into the breath, closing down the eyes, and feeling the sensations in your physical body. Good. Bringing yourself up to sitting and bringing the soles of your feet together, coming into Suddhabasana. So soles of the feet together, taking hold of underneath of your feet, and heels drawing back towards your body and knees drawing down towards the floor. So drawing the crown of your head up, feet drawing in towards each other. And imagine that your knees are being pinned down to the floor, so opening the insides of the legs, drawing those knees down, and then we might do a little bit of flapping up and down. Good. A few more breaths here. And then taking your right leg out in front of you, either keeping your left leg on the inside or taking it to the outside, whichever you'd like to do for our twist that's coming up. So inhale, taking your hands up and twisting around to the left. So taking your left hand behind you, lift your heart center and slowly twisting around. So just coming to that point where you can feel that in your back. So remember, we're practicing with truth and also integrity. So doing what's right for your body today. Not 5 years ago, not where you hope your body will be, but just what is going on for you right here, right now. Good. Then coming back to the center and bringing your left foot up and in towards the body. Inhale, turning your heart center so your heart is in line with your big toe and your second toe. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, folding over and down. So just staying here for a few breaths here in this forward fold. Breathing into the back of the leg, also stretching the crown of the head forward. Just opening up the body nice and gently. Good, and then bringing yourself up, and now bringing your left leg, your right leg, in towards your body for a twist. So taking your left hand out to the side and coming around into a twist. Looking over your back shoulder. Just nice and gentle, drawing the crown of your head up, feeling the squeeze in your organs, the squeeze in your spine, tuning into your breath. Then bringing your head back to the center and allowing your leg to come down. Inhale, reaching up and folding over that extended leg. Breathing into it, inhale, lengthening, exhale, softening. Good, and then bringing yourself up, bringing both your feet in towards your body, hugging your knees and your legs in towards you nice and tight and lifting the crown of your head up. So using your arms to help draw yourself up. So a couple of breaths here. Elbows are out wide to the side, feeling that in your upper back, breathing in, lengthening space, drawing your crown of your head up, and a few breaths here. Good. And then coming on to hands and knees. So hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And exhale, bringing your right knee in, and inhale, taking your right leg behind you. Exhale, bringing your right knee in, and inhale, lengthening, taking your leg behind you. So a couple of these movements in time with your breath, of rounding the back, creating space between your shoulder blades, pushing your hands into the earth, and then inhale, stretching your toe away from the crown of the head. Keep pushing into those hands and feeling the length up the front side of the body. So just in time with your breath and really noticing the difference between those shapes that you make in your body. Good. And the next time you take your right leg out, bring your right toe down to the ground and making sure that your right toes are on the floor, drawing your heel down towards the floor and feeling the crown of the head stretching away from the right heel and breathing into your right calf muscle. And we know this one is runner stretch, breathing into your calf muscle. Swapping over sides, so bringing your left knee in, rounding the spine. Inhale, lengthening, looking up, stretching the toe away from the crown of the head. And in time with your breath and really noticing the different shapes that your body makes. Good. Lengthening that leg out. Bring it in, rounding the spine. Good, and then next time that left leg comes out, bring it down to the ground and just letting that left heel sink towards the floor. Good, and then coming to sit back on your bottom. Good, so we're going to inhale, bring our hands up. Exhale, taking our hands down. Inhale, tailbone up, head up. And exhale, drawing our bottom back to our heels. So inhale, bringing everything up. Exhale, coming down onto hands and knees. Inhale, tailbone up, head up. And exhale, bottom back towards the heels and forehead to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, tailbone up, head up. Exhale, rounding your tailbone, bringing your head back down to the ground. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, tailbone, ripples all the way, face up. And exhale, tailbone down. Couple more rounds of these. Inhale, feel the earth, reach for the sky. Exhaling, hands down on the earth. Inhale, tailbone up, rippling all the way up. Exhale, rounding your tail and forehead to the ground. Inhale, bringing your hands up. Exhale, taking your hands down. Inhale, tailbone up, head up, and exhaling, coming back down. Couple more in your own time. Let the breath lead the movement. Keep your time with your breath. Good, one more round. Good, and taking your knees out wide and just coming into extended child's pose here, bending your elbows, letting your forehead rest on the ground, letting your bottom and hips and pelvis melt into the floor. And nice big breath in and softening and melting your heart center and your inner thighs. Good. Coming up onto hands and knees. Inhale, taking your right hand up towards the sky, and exhale, threading it through. So right fingertips are in line with your right shoulder, resting on the side of your head. Then inhale, bringing your right hand up, looking up to see your hand. Exhale, threading it through. Bottom sinks down, fingertips stretch away from your shoulder. A couple more of these in time with your own breath. Good. And next time you thread it through, staying here for a few breaths, reaching your left hand out to the front of the mat and stretching your right fingertips away from your shoulder, breathing into your right shoulder blade. Let your bottom sink down. Good. A few more breaths here. And sliding your hand up towards your face, push down into the hand and bringing your right hand back to the floor. And other side now. So inhale, lifting your fingertips to the sky, and exhale, threading it through. Inhale, reach for the sky, twisting, and exhale, threading. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, threading. Inhale, lengthening the top hand to the sky, and exhale, threading, and staying here for a few breaths. Stretching your right fingertips towards the sky, get yourself comfortable here, and breathe into your left shoulder. Keep stretching those fingertips away from you, fingertips away from both of each hand. Breathe into it. What can you release and soften? Good. And then sliding your right hand back towards your face and coming back into hands and knees. Walking your hands out a little bit further in front of you and coming up into downward dog. So lifting up one heel and then the other, and just moving here, helping your body to feel into this downward dog. Let your hips go to one side. So you might like to bring your shoulders over, bend your knees and draw your bottom back towards your heels, and then come up into downward dog. And rolling forward, bending those knees and coming back and up. But just feeling out your body here in downward dog. Good, then coming into stillness in downward dog. So hands push down and forward. Neck is relaxed, gaze between your knees, heels drawing down, inner thighs rotate back, and your heart center coming as if it's coming in between your shoulder blades. Breathing in, looking for space, exhale, softening. Good. And then walking your feet to the front and coming up 2 feet at hip width distance and bringing your hands together at prayer at the heart. Just 3 preparatory breaths here, thinking about what your intention was. And what has brought you here today to do your yoga practice, and can you bring that in to our sun salutation? So let's just do a round of standard sun salutation first, and then some warriors. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. And hinting over, folding down to hang. Fingertips on the ground, lengthening your spine on your inhale to a flat back. And exhale, hanging over your legs. Hands to either side of your feet and stepping your right foot back to a lunge first of all. So here in the lunge, your left foot draws forward, crown of the head draws away from your heel and your shoulders away from your ears. Then stepping it back to plank. Engage the muscles in your legs and look beyond the short end of the mat. Good, then knees on the ground, elbows into the rib cage, draw the crown of the head forward and slowly come down to the floor. Point your toes and sliding your hands forward, coming up into cobra. Looking around to your right foot, feeling the squeeze in your side body. Inhale, coming back to the centre and feel the squeeze on the left. Back to the centre, feel the squeeze as you exhale. Back to the centre. Good. And then head down. Hands to either side of your chest. Take your bottom back to your heels. Come up into downward dog. Good. And just like we did on hands and knees, we're going to bring our leg in and out. So inhale, lifting up your right leg. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and hugging it in. Then inhale, sending that right leg back. Exhale, bring your right leg in. Inhale, leg out. We'll do 5 of these. So exhale, bring it in, squeezing it up and in, hovering it. Inhaling, leg out for number 4. Good. Leg out and in. And this time, for the 6th one, we actually bring it through and to the front of the mat, into that lunge position. Really feeling that you're stretching your legs away from each other here. Your legs are active. Bend your back leg, spring it forward. And inhale, coming all the way up, and hands down to your heart center. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, swan diving forward and down to hanging. Fingertips on the ground, lengthening. Exhale, hanging. Stepping your left foot back to a lunge. So not letting your torso sink here. Push that front foot forward and down. Back leg is active. Then stepping it back to plank. Good. Knees on the ground and coming down to the floor. This time we're going to go up and down and imagining ourselves to be like one of those snakes that gets charmed. So from the top of your head, feel like you're lifting yourself up and you're crossing from side to side, coming up and coming down. So going from side to side as you come up and down. Side and side, cross and cross, and all the way up, just as far as you want to go, and then all the way down, slow and with control. Good. 2 more of these. So just really feeling out that movement. Good. And the last one of those. Good. And then let's go heels, bottom back to your heels, lengthening in your spine, and up into downward dog. Good. In downward dog here, we're lifting our left leg up, and exhale, bringing our left shin parallel to the mat. Inhale, sending it back. Exhale, bringing it in. Squeeze it up and in, feel the core engaged. Sending it back. And in, rounding the spine, squeezing it in. Inhale, sending your left leg away. Bringing it in. Good. In time with your breath. This time as we come in, we're then stepping it through to the front, into that lunge. Then springing your right foot forward and inhale, coming all the way up and hands down to prayer of the heart. Remember your intention, and we're stepping it back to warrior two. Inhale, reaching the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, folding over and down. Inhale, fingertips on the ground or sliding the hands up your shins and lengthening the crown of your head away from your tailbone. Exhale, folding down. Hands to either side of your feet, stepping your right foot back, your right heel swivels down to the ground, and windmilling your arms up and coming in to warrior two. Checking your alignment here, that your feet are in the right position, and bending that front leg. Front knee goes towards the little toe side. Good. Keep your legs where they are. Keep stretching your fingertips away from each other. So feel that your legs are active and engaged here. And then we're just moving our arms. So our left hand comes to point towards our back foot and our right hand over. Then our hands come through the centre and our right hand comes under, left hand comes over. Good. So a couple of these, keeping the legs in the pose, keeping your legs nice and active, and using that strength from your legs to let your upper body be able to move nice and freely. Good. Then taking your right hand to the back of your right leg and lift your left fingertips to the sky in reverse warrior. Then bringing your front hand onto your front leg and folding over, drawing your right heel down and stretching from your right heel to your right fingertips. Coming back to reverse warrior. And over again, onto your front leg. Good. And if you want to, coming down, placing your left hand to the inside of your right foot and stretching your right hand up. If you want to take a lock, interlock your hands behind you, drawing your heart forward. So just any of those options there, whichever one is right for you today. If you've come into the lock, releasing the lock, taking your left hand to the inside of your foot, swiveling around, being mindful of your back knee. Good. Bending your back leg, stepping it forward, and then inhale, coming all the way up, hands down to prayer of the heart. Remember your intention. Inhale, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward and down to hanging. Hands slide up your shins and lengthen the crown of the head away from your tailbone. Exhale, folding down. Stepping your left foot back, left heel to the ground, bringing yourself up and into warrior two. Left hand comes down, right hand comes over. Right hand comes under, left hand comes over. Good. And just moving in time with your breath, reaching those fingers away and feeling your legs active. Good. And then coming into reverse warrior, so left hand draws down the back of the left leg and the right fingertips reach for the sky. Keep the bend in the front leg. Folding over, right hand onto front leg, lift your left hip, push down into your left heel and stretch your left fingertips away. Good. Back to reverse warrior, feel the earth and reach up. Good. Exhale, folding over. Inhale to reverse warrior. Onto the front leg, staying here, or bringing your right hand down to the inside of your right foot and staying there. Or taking a lock, hands tying behind your right leg, looking up to the sky. So any of these options. Good. Coming out of it, right hand to the inside of your right foot, reaching your left fingertips to the sky. Good. Then coming up to warrior two, swiveling around. And let's step our left foot to the front. Good. And hanging here for a moment. So here, just having your heels wider than your toes, letting your weight come into your toes so you're Bottom is over your heels. Nice big breath in and out. Good. Then bending your knees and rolling yourself all the way up to standing. Bringing your right leg up in towards your chest into wind releasing pose. A few breaths here. Crown the head drawing up. Good. Then we're going to take the outside of our right ankle and place it on the top of our left leg and bend our left leg and come into a hip opening balance. Good. Hands at prayer at the heart, or if you feel, to stretching your hands out in front of you. Stretching your fingertips away from your bottom, letting your right knee draw down, stretch those fingertips away. Look up between your hands if that's feeling alright. Few breaths here. Good. Then straightening that standing leg and bringing your right knee up and in to your body again. Keeping your right leg squeezed up and sending your right leg out behind you, coming in to warrior three. So pushing that right foot as if it's pushing against a wall, drawing your right hip down, hands on your hips, and leaning your torso forward, stretching your right foot away, feeling that you're in a nice straight line here, and then taking your hands off your hips and taking your hands out in front of you. Good. Then nice and slowly bringing that right leg up and in where we started at the wind releasing pose, drawing it up and in. Good. And right leg down. Giving your legs a little shake out. And the other side, so bringing your left knee up and in. Shoulders melt down, right heel into the ground. Good. Left leg goes behind you nice and slowly, hands on your hips. Coming into warrior three, drawing your left hip down. Flex that left foot, engage the right leg, feel the feet pushing away, working together, drawing the left hip down, hands out in front of you if you like. Shoulders away from your ears. Good, then nice and slowly bringing your left leg up and in. Just moving with control, drawing your left knee up and in. Good. And left foot down, giving your legs a little shake out. Come to the front of your mat, hands to prayer at the heart. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, folding forward. Stepping it back to our last downward dog. And 3 breaths here in a still downward dog. Drawing in earth energy up through the palms of your hands, feeling the length as you breathe in all the way up to your tailbone and exhaling down through the backsides of the legs. Inhale, drawing it up, and exhale down the back of the legs. One more breath here, breathing it in. Create length in your body, the tailbone stretches to the sky. And exhaling down. Coming down onto your knees, bottom to your heels. And let's stack our fists on top of each other and let your forehead rest on your stacked fist. Elbows are out to the side. And just letting your weight sink into the earth. Noticing the breath coming in and out of the body. Good. And And slowly bringing yourself up, and then getting ready for our last pose of the class, relaxation. So lying down on your back. Maybe you place a jumper or socks on. In this pose where we're still, our body temperature drops down. Maybe you have a blanket, place that over your body. And knowing that we've done all the effort for our class now, and now we just simply be. We connect in with our natural state of just simply being. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just simply be. Take advantage of this opportunity where you can completely surrender. And the benefits of this pose are so many that it's often referred to as sleepless sleep. So let your body rest. Allow the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. This pose is really about letting go and surrendering. Just letting your body soften and relax. Every exhale taking you a little deeper and a little deeper. This pose is about letting go of the physical sensations of the body and the contents of the mind. Whenever you notice that your mind is thinking, just bringing your attention back to your breath. And every exhale, letting go of your physical body, letting the weight of your body sink down into the earth. Every exhale, taking you a little deeper and a little deeper. I'm going to count backwards from 10. And every time you hear a lower number, can you imagine that it represents a rung on a ladder of relaxation? Every time you hear the lower number, you feel yourself going a little deeper into relaxation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just allow the sound and the silence that follow to take you deeper and deeper, to take you deeper and deeper within. And good. Staying lying down on the ground and keeping your eyes closed. Noticing your breath, soft and gentle. And just gradually starting to deepen and lengthen your breath. Breathing in energy, bringing life to the body through the breath. Good. And then taking your hands up over your head and the backs of your hands against the floor. Taking hold of your right wrist with your left hand, and inhale, just stretching up the right side of the body. And the other side, taking hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, just drawing that wrist up, lengthening your body. Good, one more time on each side. Holding your right wrist and your left wrist. Good, and then bringing your hands back down by the sides of the body. Arms nice and relaxed. Slowly, without undoing all the good work you've done, bending your knees and rolling over to your right side. Eyes closed, knees bent into your chest. And just tuning into your breath. Noticing this present moment, this one which has never been before and will never be again. Noticing how you're feeling on a physical, mental and emotional level. Checking in with yourself. And then bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Noticing the breath. And bringing your hands together at prayer at the heart. Thumbs resting lightly against the heart center. Crown of the head draws up. And knees and hips and pelvis and feet and legs sink down to the floor. Watching the breath coming in and out. Noticing how the hands gently move away from the body, slightly and gently. Noticing the out breath from the nose travelling over to hands. And let these two things remind us of how lucky we are to have life within this body. May you always keep love and peace in your heart. Namaste. Thank you everyone. Hope you enjoyed your yoga practice today.